Hey, we're cooking with gas here on the Jewcast.
Okay, careful using a phrase like that.
This trial is a travesty. It's a travesty of a mockery, of a sham, of a mockery, of a travesty, of two mockeries, of a sham.
Tradition!
Oh, shut up, Carl! Shut your goddamn Jew mouth! You people are why there's war in the Middle East!
Gekakken auf ein Jahr.
Nebbech.
Verpupupu.
Vermischt.
Verkackt.
Vertutzt.
Verstunken.
Farted.
Exactly.
You what Grammy Hall would call a real Jew.
Oh boy, here we go. Episode 103 of American Jew coming at you.
Straight from a snowstorm in New York City.
That's right. We're not going to let white supremacy get us down today. I'm all warm and cuddly.
Oh no. The white might be covering the city, but it's not going to be showing up on our podcast.
No, I'm coming to you live from my parents' house where my mom made her mandel bread from my Grammy's recipe. So, you know, feeling nice and cozy in here.
Oh, I'm totally jealous. I love your mom's mandel bread.
Oh my God, it's addictive. It really is addictive.
I had mandel bread when I was a kid, and then I didn't have for a long time until I guess we started hanging out, and then I had your mom's, and now your mom's mandel bread is pretty much exclusive mandel bread that I eat.
It's the gold standard.
And the exclusive mandel bread of American Jew. Order it online.
Well, it's not for sale yet. We haven't
darn.
figured out how to monetize it, but if you come over for a holiday, we'll have it. It'll be there.
But if anybody wants to buy it and is going to pay our very high price of $36 for 12 pieces of mandel bread, we will make sure that Jordan's mom makes you some, and we will send it to you.
Yeah, we haven't yet added a mandel bread option to our Patreon, but it's possible. It could be happening if we start getting some requests from people on our Patreon. If you sign up for our Patreon, you could send us messages on there about what kind of things you would pay for. You know, if you wanted some mandel bread, we could maybe make that happen. But you have to go to our Patreon to check out what we got over there.
Definitely. I feel like the incentive has never been higher. Besides getting to hear all our exclusive content that's so amazing, now the possibility of mandel bread.
Right? I feel like, we haven't done too many episodes of this show that have felt sort of thematic, but today this does feel like, we're going to be talking about a lot of shelter from the storm type of stories today. So it kind of fits.
Definitely.
With our
you
preamble.
Just saw Jojo Rabbit, right?
I know I'm a little late to the party, but I just saw Jojo Rabbit for the first time, and I gotta say I was blown away by how great it was. Not just the touching parts of the story, but I was laughing my ass off from the very get-go. I mean, it's such a cartoonish viewpoint of Hitler. I mean, it's definitely the funniest Holocaust film I've ever seen.
Right, that's what you said. I mean, Life is Beautiful. It's pretty funny, but it's definitely up there. I'll go with top 3. It's a great film. I love Sam Rockwell. He's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I thought the cast was amazing.
He really shines. And we were talking about, the fat kid friend.
Yeah.
Was very funny.
So if you guys haven't seen Jojo Rabbit, it's basically the story of a 10-year-old boy at the end of World War II who finds out that his mother, played by Scarlett Johansson, is hiding a young Jewish girl in the walls of their house. And he has to negotiate between that and the fact that he's trying to fit in with the Hitler Youth. And it's a comedy.
It's very funny. Yeah, it's directed by the same director who did Thor Ragnarok and is directing another Thor movie. And he was involved with The Mandalorian and What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, and he basically talked about how, he did zero research on Hitler himself because he plays
he's Jewish.
He's Jewish, but he plays
I can
Hitler.
never say his name right.
It's Taika Waititi is his name.
Okay, thank you.
And he won an Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay for this movie. And he, very much like Mel Brooks, he uses humor to ridicule Hitler and Nazis. And it was very powerful, I thought. I was very impressed with the movie. And I got to say, if you haven't seen it, get on board and the Jojo Rabbit train.
Because, the Jews during the Holocaust shouldn't really have gotten on board any trains. So I don't know if that's the euphemism I would have used. But Jojo Rabbit's a great movie. I think it's on HBO Max, right? Is it?
It's on HBO Max right now, and I guess you can probably also rent it on Amazon. And it's really, it's an interesting story.
Check it out. My doppelganger, Stephen Merchant's in it.
There you go. Yeah, get a nice big, tall, gangly Nazi in there.
Maybe I could play a Nazi now in a film. Gives me hope.
Yeah. I mean, it's really all about the uniform.
When people tell me, "Oh, you look like Stephen Merchant," they're never like, "You look like Stephen Merchant in Jojo Rabbit." They never say that. That's what I want them to start. It's like next time someone says to me, like, "You know who you look like?" I'm going to be like, "Stephen Merchant in Jojo Rabbit." They'll be like, "No, we were just going to say Stephen Merchant." I'm like, "Just say in Jojo Rabbit."
Well, my favorite line in the movie that is not a joke, is the part where he's trying to get this girl to tell him more about the Jews. So he's writing this book about Jews, so how you can spot them and whatever. And he asks her to draw a picture of where the Jews live, and she draws a picture of his face. And he's like, that's just my head. And she says, yeah, that's where we live.
And no movie I recently saw? It's called Resistance.
Resistance. Right.
It's about Marcel Marceau.
Marcel Marceau, most famous mime of all time, I would imagine.
Most famous. I had no idea he's a Holocaust hero. He's a World War II hero. Saved so many orphans, so many Jewish orphans. He smuggled them out of France into Switzerland.
I know.
I had no idea.
It's crazy to find out that he didn't survive the Holocaust just because he was good at being quiet. But yeah, that's kind of amazing that he used his acting skills to keep he helped get kids across the borders. He made them feel comfortable, and when he needed to.
But great movie, Jesse Eisenberg plays Marcel Marceau, and I really didn't know. I mean, I can't believe it. All I knew that he was a mime. I had no idea. I felt like this is something that I should have known about. First of all, there were all these orphans because the Nazis killed all the parents. They left the kids alive. Not only did he entertain them and lift their spirits, like when they were going through this horrible time, but then he joined the resistance. He helped smuggle them out, and he's really like more than just a mime. He's a Holocaust hero, and that's amazing. I mean, I wish I would have known more about this before I saw this movie.
I know. I haven't seen the movie yet myself, but obviously I'm going to have to catch up on it. But one of the things that I thought was amazing is that at the end of the war, they were going through Switzerland. They ran into German soldiers in the somewhere on the road on the train, pretended to be a member of the French army, and demanded that the German soldiers surrender. And all 30 of them did. That's fucking amazing.
Oh, okay. That isn't in the movie. Actually, I thought you were talking about a different part.
Oh no, I read about this thing that he pretended to be a French.
Oh my God, I can't believe they don't put that in the movie. In the movie, they're on a train and they pretend to be like a Christian choir or something when the Nazis come on the train. But why don't they have that in the movie? That would have been a great part of the movie. Hysterical. And it's weird because, we've mentioned Life is Beautiful before, and Roberto Benigni kind of has a little bit of mimey tendencies. For sure. Very slapsticky in the way that so I really enjoyed this movie, and it's good. It's great to find out more about, these heroes that help people. And he was Jewish and he was a performer, and his father wasn't really into that, but he still pursued his love of the arts, and he used it in a positive way, not only to cheer up these kids, but then to help smuggle them, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy smuggling. He took a bunch of kids through the Swiss Alps.
Yeah.
But, he helped them get out of a jam.
Oh, here we go. What a segue that is, huh?
Right. So this is an interesting story about why this jam should be used by all Jews. I
mean, this is one of the few feel-good stories that, people are like, well, we're trying to confirm all these details, but we're going to publish it without any real facts because it's such a feel-good story,
Yeah, apparently the story has gone viral all over the internet.
Right. So it's about the Bon Maman French Reserves Company.
Bon Maman. It almost sounds like Jamaican. Bon Maman, yeah. But yeah, apparently some elderly woman was in a New Jersey supermarket and she couldn't get this jam from the top shelf, and some professor was there and he saw and he helped her, and she told him that this is her favorite jam because the family of the founders helped hide her family from the Nazis in Paris during World War II. And everyone's like, whoa, way to go. And apparently the family behind it is very, very secretive and very private, and they just had no comment, and they're not listed at Yad Vashem, but the story kind of has legs now, and someone else has spoken about it previously and said something similar, that the Jam family helped them too. So isn't that even, it's even more impressive that they're not kind of like bragging about it and trying to take any credit for it. That is like the truest doing good deeds. When you do it, like not to like signal virtue to other people or anything, when you're just doing it to do the good thing. And I think that's amazing. I mean, I'm gonna be eating this jam from now on.
I think it's kind of amazing, too, that this guy, I mean, it's just a happenstance encounter. This guy helped this woman in the supermarket get the jam down from the shelf, and as she was giving it to her, she's like, oh, you know why I buy this? Because these people are good people. They helped save my family from the Holocaust. And so he posted that online, you know, basically saying it's the best reason to buy and promote a product. People are starting, people came out of the, like, it went viral, and people are like, are we sure it's true? People, like, did their research to find out, like, is this company, I mean, because the company only began making this jam in like the 70s. So there's like, you know, some people are fact checking it, you know. First of all, who would go out of their way to disprove that? I feel like they really just want to try to find.
Everybody wants to believe it, by the way. Everybody wants it kind of to be true.
I know.
Except for white supremacists who also happen to love that jam.
Well, I bet you, you know, I imagine a good quality jam like that is too expensive for the white supremacist movement.
Smuckers, what have you done for the Jews lately? Well, I think that's a great story. The professor didn't want to pry. He didn't ask the woman's name. So there's a lot of mystery shrouding this story. But, you know, if it's true, I think it's great.
Well, I mean, you know, I think people want it to be true. I think that's why they're fact-checking it, so that they can confirm it and so that they can also have, you know, that's a great way to sell a product, I feel like, you know, tying it to some good feel-good stories like that.
So that was some positive news that happened this week. I guess kind of positive. I mean, it's like we want this to be true because, you know, we want to have these heroes, these people to look up to that did the right thing during the Holocaust and like helped our people.
I mean, these are all stories about people, you know, just showcasing their basic humanity and, you know, their love of their fellow man. And I think we don't hear about those stories often enough. We always hear about the stories about the Holocaust and about the anti-Semitism and about people turning people in. You know, we're all these different comparisons that people are making. You know, we've been talking about for the last bunch of weeks. You know, the celebrities that are calling people on the left and on the right Nazis because of the way that they want to censor what people are saying, or, you know, it's just crazy how there's so much infighting. And to find these stories where there are people that are going out of their way to help other people, that are making sacrifices, that putting their own lives on the line to save
that's really powerful, and that's really amazing, I think, you know, that these people are and have, and it's rare, I think, these days, that people, you know, do things for others without considering, you know, the consequences for themselves or what they're going to get out of it or anything. And to hear these stories, whether it's, you know, in a movie like Jojo Rabbit where they're hiding, you know, the little girl, or the story of the most famous mime of all time, who should be getting more credit for also being a hero of the Holocaust, or if it's just like the best jam now ever.
Right? I mean, I'm not a big jam or jelly guy, personally.
No?
I don't really eat a lot of
just
jam
like
or
your
jelly.
Peanut butter straight?
I eat my peanut butter straight.
Okay, I like the peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter and jam, strawberry for me all the way. I think peanut butter and grape is more Gentile-y. I don't know why, but
yeah, grape is, I think, definitely Gentile.
Yeah, okay, but I'm more of a strawberry with my peanut butter and jelly guy.
It is funny that, like, it went all the way to Snopes. Like, Snopes could not verify the information.
Nobody can verify it. It's one way or the other. So I mean, that's good, I guess, that it's not one of the way. It's a weird thing to have, like, a mystery of the jam, you know?
Well, it's kind of, yeah, I guess it's the mystery of the jam. Maybe Marcel.
I guess it's just a sticky situation.
Maybe they're related to Marcel Marceau. Like, maybe those two stories are intertwined, and there's a reason why that story just has gone untold.
Hey, maybe they should have had, like, Marcel for the jam doing the commercials.
That is a hell of an idea. I think we just wrote their commercial.
Okay, well, I mean, he passed away, unless we're going to get Jesse Eisenberg to play him again.
Right, I guess. But you know what I'm
saying. By the way, I love how Jesse Eisenberg plays, like, the Facebook founder, and then he's also playing, like, this hero. He's playing, like, a bad guy and a good guy. And Lex Luthor.
I mean, he's not a very good Lex Luthor. I didn't think he was a very good Lex Luthor.
He was all right. He was something different that Zack Snyder tried. But anyways, there's of course there's a lot of horrible news that's out there. We today try to focus more on the positive. And a German train, I guess they were having flyers all over it about how the Jews, started COVID. That's still fucking going on, unfortunately. 100% not true. A lot of Jews are upset that stupid Marjorie Taylor Greene, after saying, the whole Jewish laser thing got exposed, she got a standing ovation, from the rest of the Republican Congress members, which is just crazy. It's almost scary, that someone is being applauded who, spreads such anti-Semitic bullshit. But we focus today on these heroes, whether they're silent, whether they're delicious, or whether they're fictional. Try to be the best you could be and try to put other people's interests ahead of yours. I think that's almost that's a good thing. That's like Tikkun Olam, right? Doing good for the world. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's good. We spend so much time talking about all this heavy stuff. I think it is good that we highlight the good, the feel-good stories. Well,
I recommend checking out the film Resistance. Of course, if you haven't seen Jojo Rabbit, you should check that out too. And if you're going to the supermarket and you want to have some jam, you should buy Bon Maman, is it called?
Bon Maman.
Bon Maman.
Or maybe it's, Bon Maman. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not even
sure.
Okay.
Oh, if you want to be pretentious about it, I guess you can say it like that.
I mean, that's, half of French culture is correcting other people's pronunciation to let them know that you're better than them.
Unfortunately, that is true. Our guest today is in Europe right now, but not in France.
No, he's
in Norway.
He's in Norway.
But he's from Argentina.
He's an Argentinian Jew.
And we're super excited to have him on the show. He's a friend of ours, comedian. We performed with him when I used to do Point of No Return. He was on the show.
Yeah, great guy, and super excited to reconnect in these COVID times. Haven't seen him in a bit with our good friend Adrian Minkowicz, however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah, wow, you're really saying it like you're getting very foreign with all your pronunciation.
Well, we are super excited to welcome to the show our good friend Adrian Minkowicz. Adrian Minkowicz.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me.
I'm just going to say your name in the white way.
Adrian.
Jordan spiced it up, too. He gave both options, but I'm just going Adrian. I'm just going to be saying Adrian like I'm Sylvester Stallone after a fight.
That was something that followed me for a long time. One of my first jokes was a joke about my name and how it's pronounced in different countries. And I don't give a shit. It's just a joke.
Yeah. And Adrian, you're in Norway right now?
I am in Oslo right now in Norway. Yeah.
Oslo, Norway. Nice. Are there a lot of Jews there?
Yeah. No, not really.
I was like, really? And there's like, yeah, no. Which is a very Jewish way to say it, by the way.
No, not at all. You can tell that no.
How do you like being over there in Norway?
I love it. It's especially now in times of crisis. It's like being in a different planet. But
right.
Yeah, it's not that bad now. I think
where your wife is from Norway, right?
My wife is Norwegian, yeah. So normally, well, that I perform all the time in New York, but I maintain a European base, and normally was in Belgium. And
another place that hates Jews.
that especially maybe.
Right? Adrian's on the No Jews in Europe tour.
Yeah, but the thing is, in Norway, is this that this Jew hate is basically no Jews.
There's just no Jews, but no hate. So that's good.
It's an absent. But then
they're like, we can't hate what's not here.
More or less.
And Adrian, you're from Argentina, right?
I'm from Argentina. Yeah, but I moved from there, 10 years ago, more or less, already. Yeah, more or less when I started going to New York.
Okay, and there's a big Jewish community in Argentina.
I think is the third or fourth outside of Israel in the world.
Okay.
I think this is it correct? The second one is in the United States, and then I think the third is in Argentina, or the fourth. But yeah, big numbers. But
it makes sense. Either like Canada, Argentina, maybe France. I think those are like probably ones that have some of the biggest.
Not the rich Jews.
Not the rich Jews. Just the meat-loving Jews. Just the kosher steak-eating Jews in Argentina. Are you from Buenos Aires?
From Buenos Aires, yeah.
Okay, very nice. Did you grow up very religious?
No, not at all.
What, did you have any connection to Judaism?
Yeah.
Other than Minkowicz being your last name.
My grandma, she was preparing Jewish food all the time. And from time to time, we did the temple. Like right now, I do much more things because my relatives in the U.S. in New Jersey, we do Shabbat and things like that when I am there, and I love it. But no, my connection to religion is more. I believe in God, but the religion thing is, I know I like the drinking days and the party.
You like the drinking holidays.
Yeah, totally. The sharing, festivity.
So, other than your grandmother, Judaism wasn't really a big part of your childhood?
No, I wouldn't say so. No. I was having the holidays of all the Jewish holidays, not going to school and that type of thing. But no, I never.
He's like, I just took advantage of the holidays, but I didn't give a shit.
I don't know. I think
you sound like an American worker on Yom Kippur.
But that is also, I was a kid, so yeah, but sure. I think more than that is like my father, he wasn't really connected to religion in a way, in that sense. And for me, it was a more philosophical way of thinking that religions, sometimes I'm more going for the faith part than the religion part. But
I think, that's kind of the thing that Jonathan and I talk about on the show a lot is about, we started this show because we feel a connection to Judaism, but it is not at all based on the religion either. It's really much more about like we like some of the rituals, but it's more about getting together with family and sharing good times and drinks and food. And it's a cultural identity for a lot of Jews around the world, like the food and the way the family operates and the dynamic between people in the family and stuff. That I find that's really what the commonality is in a lot of cases.
And that we've been hated and oppressed throughout history, and we persevered, and I'm very proud of that fact and being part of that bloodline and lineage, that no matter how many people want to try to wipe us out or enslave us, we tend to come out on top.
But with that, I agree. The thing is, I don't know if I relate that to religion or more to resilience.
Well, the Jews are definitely resilient. I mean, that's what happens when you're in the desert for like 40 years, you get pretty resilient. It becomes in your DNA. Adrian, did you ever experience any anti-Semitism when you were in Argentina growing up? Or see any?
Not. I wouldn't say that there is none. I would say that maybe jokes or something like that, but they didn't mark me. I think maybe jokes from people that they tell them, but immediately if you say you are Jewish, it's like, immediately it's not that they will go forward with something like that.
Okay, so it's like it wasn't hate-filled, it was just more kind of like ignorant and silly.
For example, in relation to Buenos Aires, there were two big bombings in Buenos Aires in relation to, one was a syndicate, the Jewish syndicate the syndicate where it helps people, to go to a hospital. There was a bomb there, and there was a bomb in the embassy of Israel. Mm. And in those places, I think in those moments, you would see if there is a big anti-Semitic community or something like that supporting whatever shit. And that wasn't at all what happened in Buenos Aires. It was, I think that people went to help and was a lot of solidarity and things like that. In fact, some days ago, one former president of Argentina died.
Right.
And he was accused of covering that. And people were still remembering that he went to jail, but he didn't go to jail for that. And they were saying this is shame because he didn't go to jail for this covering of the bombing. But no, I wouldn't say so. But I think Argentina has a racist fame, and I don't know why. I won't say that Argentinians we are innocents or angels or anything like that. But one of my also black friends in New York asked me, but they tell me they are quite racist there. And I don't know. Also, in general, we don't have black population, for example, in Argentina.
Okay.
So, but I don't know where that fame is coming from. Maybe from jokes or from, I don't know.
I mean, there is a large German population there, no? Didn't a lot of Germans come over during World War II?
That is kind of a myth. No, that's not a myth. That's true.
Wasn't that the Nazis went to hide out in like Argentina and Venezuela?
But not a big community. So this is the thing. So I am quite sure that a lot of Nazis went there, and some Nazis were captured in Argentina. Eichmann was captured there, right, famously. And then was another guy called Pripke, I think. And that fucking guy, that guy was in the south. There's a city in the south of Argentina that looks like Austria, like you're there. And if you are German, you will feel happy immediately because it really looks like you are in some Austrian city or German. And this guy, Pripke, he was a director of a school. And what it was said, I don't remember seeing any pictures. They say that he had a Nazi symbol in his office.
Wow.
Like
wow.
Not like hidden or anything like that. And then he was put in jail. I think he was taken to Israel, Pripke. Not quite sure. You can Google it. And but that thing is still to this day, because the thing is, there was a parliamentarian woman that she said something about poor people. That there is a lot in Argentina, a class system where, if you are from the north or you look a little brown, a little short, you are discriminated. That there is.
Oh, really? Just short people are discriminated there too. I thought it was only women on dating apps in America.
No, it's in a way, it's kind of identifying, the Aboriginal people from Bolivia or Peru, like short, and it's pure discrimination.
Right.
Because also, for example, in Argentina, you can say, oh, that person is Bolivian, is Peruvian, is an Argentinian, just from the north. It's not from Buenos Aires. There's a huge difference, I think, between Buenos Aires and the rest of Argentina. People from Buenos Aires are called porteños, people from the port. And they are not loved by the rest of Argentina. We are not loved by the rest of Argentina. Because they said we are cocky or things like that. If you want someone like Maradona, if you know something about soccer, football, Maradona had that personality.
No, nothing.
We're Americans. We know very little about soccer.
The real football. But anyway.
Most Americans' relationship to soccer is why isn't their son playing? Come on, coach, get him in there. He's been sitting on the bench all day.
I think I slept with a soccer mom once. That's the most involved I am.
The closest, yeah. It's
with soccer.
How do they teach about the Holocaust to kids in school in Argentina? Like when you were growing up, did they teach you about that when they were teaching about World War II? I wonder how that's covered.
That's a very interesting question, and I don't know the answer. I was found in my own answers.
So, like when you were in school, did you go to like a public school or a private school growing up in Argentina?
I went private until I was 12 and public after.
And in neither of them, though, was part of the curriculum about World War II and the Holocaust?
That's a very interesting question. I would say no.
Apparently his teachers sucked, even if they did. Adrian does not
I
remember.
I would say this. When you are in high school, you're assumed that you know about this. So it's not about high school. In high school, maybe you cover this thing, but in a way, you already know. It's more about primary school, how they teach you about this. But I am writing lately a lot about colonization, about the history of America, and they don't teach you anything also about slave traffic, the millions of people dead, how the Europeans slaved the Aboriginal people in the Americas. All of that.
I think American public school has started to adapt that same program. They're not teaching as much about that these days either.
I mean, lately I am wondering.
Well, thankfully, Biden got rid of the 1776 commission, which was kind of like wanting to gloss over all that kind of stuff.
The fight, and Trump wanted to do more patriotic history.
Right, his patriotic education.
Exactly. So I think there's a lot of manipulation in that sense with many things that people are not interested to share. No, I don't remember a very specific moment that I was told as a child about this. Also, it's very difficult to absorb an information like that, no?
Yeah, for sure.
No, absolutely, especially when you're young. So, Adrian, your wife is Norwegian, so I'm guessing she's not Jewish.
She's not Jewish,
no. Are you raising your child with any Jewish traditions, with Judaism at all? Like any part of Judaism? Is your wife a religious person?
When we are in Jersey, for example, we both do Shabbat and we follow the traditions. Like we love that. But then when you are not there, it's like, no, we don't do that.
You're all into it when you're surrounded by other family members that get the ball rolling, but you don't.
We're only Jews in Jersey.
Well,
we forget about it when we're back in Norway.
How old is your daughter now?
Well, my oldest is 6, but then during the pandemic, I had a second one, so now she's 11 months old.
Mazel tov.
I was going to say it in Norwegian, tusen takk. Thank you very much. So
what does your 6-year-old, when she goes with you to Jersey, does she have any thoughts on these weird traditions that you guys only do there?
No, because of the pandemic, this long time that we don't go there, like in her terms or her life is more or less 1/3 of her life, because I left 1 year ago. And then I think she's not going there 1.5 years ago. So, no, weird thoughts. No, she's there. But also I would say that also she will be in bed. Because if we start the Shabbat at 6.
Let me put her to bed before we do this Shabbat thing.
Yes.
We don't want the Norwegian kids making fun of her when she gets back to school in Oslo.
No, but I think she would have been awake at least for the beginning, because here, for example, she goes to bed at 7. We take the little one, and 7:30ish, the other one is going to bed.
Right.
Did it bother them at all that you were marrying somebody outside of the tribe?
No,
well,
not at all. Also, yeah, I don't think no. Yeah, no. You, Jonathan, are you married now?
I'm not married now.
And a girlfriend?
I'm single.
I shouldn't be asking these questions.
It's all right. You got some Norwegian girl you want to set me up with?
Yeah, no.
I like Norwegian girls. I was in Norway once. I was in Oslo. I have a picture in my bedroom from the sculpture park there.
They are not Jewish. Do you know that guy was accused of being a pedophile?
Which guy?
The guy who made the sculptures in Norway?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, boy.
No wonder whenever I have 20-year-old girls over, they get really upset about that picture.
the little, yeah, I know. There are stories, I know, about that.
Adrian, have you ever been to Israel?
No, I want to. I have an uncle there that is old, and I'm always telling my cousin that I want to go, and I really want to go. In fact, this thing with the not flying thing stopped a lot of my plans. But we'll see. I am thinking, but also I work a lot and I travel a lot, so I've been postponing that trip too long now. But I really want to go. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know COVID ruined a lot of my plans too. I was supposed to marry Natalie Portman, but then COVID happened and it just ruined that. And I was supposed to get the Nobel Peace Prize, and stupid COVID happened and ruined that.
Natalie Portman is married to a choreographer.
I know, she was going to leave him for me, but COVID ruined it and they had to stay together since they were COVID buddies.
I love that Adrian fact-checked the joke there.
Yes.
Natalie Portman's a Jew, and she actually went to a Jewish summer camp with a friend of mine.
Well, but she's Israeli.
Yes.
We got to get her on the show.
Yeah.
So, Adrian, can we ask your opinion? I know you've never been to Israel, and you're not so connected to Judaism, especially living in Norway. But what are your thoughts on the whole Israeli-Palestinian conflict?
Well, when I start talking about that with people, I always tell them one of the reasons I want to go there is to grasp a little more about the reality. I think it's very necessary for anyone making an opinion about this to live in your own flesh there and to talk with people of any sides. And people on one side that they are pro, they are against, the other side that are pro, they're against, and trying to make an opinion about such a huge subject. I mean, if I have to be completely honest, I don't know. I don't know what.
Are you sure you're not in Switzerland right now?
So neutral.
The other day, I cannot tell you about what, but not the other day. I think yesterday I was thinking that when you make an opinion, and I think I was having a problem with someone, and you make an opinion about something, and there are many facts that you don't know. So in whatever way you go, someone with more information that gives that to you could easily make you change your opinion about, I don't know if anything, but sometimes truth comes in facts. Mm-hmm. And to be completely honest, I don't have enough facts to tell you, I think this way, that way. Even historically, I should know more about this.
All right, well, that's fair. That's a fair answer. That's good. A lot of people want to give uninformed opinions, so that's good that you want to have a more informed one. Did you go to bar mitzvahs when you were growing up in Argentina?
One or two.
Did you have a lot of Jewish friends?
Not a lot, some.
I mean, now that you're in comedy, it's almost all Jewish friends.
It's true. Well, from New York. I don't know in LA how is it.
Right. New York is the first place that no matter what your last name is, people are like, well, are you Jewish? So.
Well, in LA, they're Jewish too. They've just all had nose jobs.
So, no, not a lot. No, it's they are big numbers, but also in Argentina, it's a huge population. It's 60 million people.
Right.
You ever go to Patagonia?
Yes.
Is it as nice as everybody says?
If that is the question, I didn't see the Nazis.
No Nazis in Patagonia. I thought that's where they're hiding out.
Well, that is what I was saying, that normally what they say
is an Al Pacino going down there to kill them all?
Yes. You watched the show. I liked it. So the thing is, what I was saying, how we started, it's yeah, of course that there were a lot of Nazis going to Argentina, but I don't know about the numbers. The number is exaggerated. And also, if you want to, I can give you my opinion about that.
Yeah.
Okay, first, before you give us your opinion, I want to ask, was there a guy in the community where you're like, we think he's a Nazi, and everybody was like, oh, we think that guy over down the block on Hitler Lane is a Nazi?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
No, that can is furthest from reality. I don't know if you saw, because I saw a documentary about the capture of Eichmann. In this documentary, I think, basically, you know that the story goes that the blind lawyer from Argentina starts writing and saying, Eichmann is here. I don't remember if that is in the movie of Netflix or not, but basically is a blind lawyer that starts writing to
Matt
Israel.
Murdock? Sorry, that's a Daredevil joke.
So they are saying that he was writing tons of letters to Israel, saying it wasn't that. It's not like they say in the movie.
This is the blind lawyer. He's writing the letters.
Exactly. And it's saying, were
they in Braille?
What are you? That would be interesting.
That's why Israel didn't respond, because they couldn't read that shit.
How did he know?
I'm going too far with these jokes. I've been trapped inside for 2 days now.
How did he know it was Eichmann? It's like, I smell schnitzel and German potatoes.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. I can assume that in Israel they were thinking, how the fuck does he know it's Eichmann? He's fucking blind. But anyway, I am almost sure that what happened is the daughter of the blind lawyer started dating the son of Eichmann. And the son of Eichmann told his girlfriend who his father was. So
big mouth, opening his mouth for the pussy.
Yeah, but listen to this one, because this one is quite heavy. Further than all this mess, and that they go after 20, 30 letters to look for Eichmann, what she says is that is nothing, because of what you were asking. What she said is that there were survivors of the Holocaust in the same neighborhood. They knew that Eichmann was there, and they preferred to move on, because everything was so hurtful for everyone that they preferred to move on with their lives. So in a way, that livelihood possibly was there. But not only that, what they said is that at some moment Mengele was also there, was in the same neighborhood, in the same thing, and then when they captured Eichmann, Mengele left.
It's an anti-Semitic day in the neighborhood, an anti-Semitic day in the neighborhood. Won't you be mine? Won't you be my former Nazi? Okay, sorry, Adrian.
Won't you be mine?
That's even better, Jordan.
You will be my neighbor? You will return my lawnmower after usage?
But
all their sweaters had swastikas on them.
A long time ago, there's a book that says in these conspiracy theories that Hitler died in Argentina in 1959. And he was a dentist or something like that, and under the pretension of being a dentist. What I mean is, I don't think that the numbers were big, but I think important people went to Argentina from the Nazis. Now, my question is, and this is the real question, when you have a country with no power, like Argentina, nothing, it's in the south of the ass of the world, and everyone, because this is the official story, and this is why when you ask me Israel and Palestine, what do you think? It's like, I don't know, because they are official stories. And the official story is all the Nazis went to Argentina. The Nazis went to South America. And, they escaped. Do you think that the Allies, United States, United Kingdom, they didn't know where the Nazis were going? They're
slippery little bastards.
Not only that.
There's a lot of Nazis too, you know?
But it's not only that. It's politics. It's like those guys, they manage advanced science. Yeah. They had a lot of Jewish code. They have a lot of information. They won't lose contact of those guys. Those guys were there in the freezer for someone. And then they died or something happened. Also, of course, that after a war, everything has to heal. But that they are telling me that no one in the world knew that the Nazis were there, well, that is also bullshit. Because I don't give a shit about the reputation of Argentina at the Nazis. For me, it's like, whatever. Yeah. It's kind of a bad joke. It is true that Nazis went there. But people that when they want to say that the aftermath of the war wasn't planned and those guys weren't sent there, if not that they decided to go there and Argentina was Nazi and they received that, by the way, I think was an anti-Semitic government at that moment. There's no doubt. Mm-hmm. But further than that the power of the world, the Allies, they didn't know that the Nazis were going to Argentina. That's fucking bullshit.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it is a conspiracy, like maybe not. But I never heard this thing that Hitler was a dentist in Argentina before, because he's the worst dentist ever.
There are many bullshit theories like that everywhere, but I think someone wrote...
Maybe he just had the mustache, you know?
And also, it's great because at that moment, there was a documentary, and people were like, yeah, I know, yeah. Adolfo was there, you know.
Oh my God, I got a crown from that guy.
The
root canal was so fucking painful, though.
And when you
Novocaine.
He only had one flavor of lollipop.
What flavor?
I don't know. Whatever. It'd be red.
I would a lollipop. What flavor?
Red. I don't know.
Yeah, Jordan abandoned that joke so fast. Adrian,
wow.
we have a new segment on the show. Do you know what kvetching is?
Kvetching? No, I don't know.
It's Yiddish. It means complaining.
It's a Jewish thing. We wonder if you have anything you want to kvetch about.
Fuck. Yes, so many things.
What do you think his new hour's about? No spoilers. He's not giving out any spoilers.
But I mean, no, the biggest thing is not to be able to perform and to travel. That kills me. But at the same time, I am in a very special circumstance where I have a baby. So I couldn't be as close as I am with my smaller daughter than as I am all the time with her. With the small daughter. So in a way, Corona also gave me a different perspective on fatherhood. I think I had a quite balanced life traveling, and I missed the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh.
Okay.
It seems that this will be the second one and that is a big community. You see your friends once a year. I don't know if that is my...
that was some good kvetching, Adrian. That's pretty good for someone who was like, what the hell are you talking about with kvetching? And seemed overwhelmed by the question. You handled the kvetching like a true Jew.
Now I can do the kvetching with Norwegians driving. Today it was snowing like crazy. And I am walking with my daughter and people are driving like madmen. And I couldn't understand how they were like, wow, without having real control of the car because there was snow everywhere.
Right.
And this fucking dude, I am across the street and I see, but I don't remember the name in English of the machine.
Like the snowplow?
But bigger than that. It could be a Norwegian snowplow, but it was really humongous. It wasn't a truck or something. It was humongous.
Was it maybe Mr. Plow?
It could be Mr. Plow.
Mr. Plow, that's my name. That name Plow. Again is Mr. Plow.
And the thing is, I am walking with a stroller with green lights. I'm walking completely right. And this motherfucker is not stopping in the middle of an avenue. It doesn't happen normally in Norway, but it seems with the snow, everyone went crazy. And the guy is coming. I look at him. He looks at me. He stops more or less violently, the truck, and he does with his hand like this. He's like, no, fucker. When this traffic light and this is a green light and I come with the baby, you fucking stop.
Yeah.
This is my kvetching.
That is a very passionate kvetch.
What a dick.
I didn't know Norwegians were such bad drivers. That's good to know from now on.
Literally, no. I was very surprised. It's quite ordered, the street, and you feel comfortable. But today, no. Today, even 2-3 times, I was like, what is going on? Maybe the traffic was so slow that when you get pissed, you get your New Yorker out. It's like, get the fuck. You know?
Maybe they're just like, drive fast. That looks like a Jew. Adrian, do you have a favorite Jewish food?
I love savors. So anything that comes from savors, I love.
Zabars.
Yeah, I love. But
Zabars is like a Jewish supermarket kind of deli style, Jewish style, I would say, on the Upper West Side.
Yeah, but most of the thing, the knishes or the blintzes.
Okay, you like the stuffed. You like stuffed foods.
Yeah, I
Give
love
some potatoes, some cheese, wrap it up, serve it up.
That is what my grandma used to make. So for me,
that is blintzes?
Good. Yeah. Blintzes and.
I can go for some blintzes. I haven't had blintzes in a while.
Oh yeah. I love that shit. And then can you believe? Okay, this is the thing. I was doing a class to perfect my chess game. I hear that someone
regular
goes,
Queen's Gambit over here.
wait. I hear that someone goes, "Can I have that ham? Can I have that chicken palm?" And I look at the guy, and I recognize the voice. I go, "Are you Gary Kasparov?"
Oh shit!
In Savers. And he goes, "Yes. Oh man, I am doing your class." And he said, "Just for you, sure. Can we have a pic together?" Sure. And I got a picture with Kasparov in the middle of Savers in New York.
Nice. Why do you like Zabar's? Because checkmate, motherfucker. That's why.
Adrian, do you have a favorite Jewish holiday?
Purim.
Purim. All right.
That's a good one coming up soon, Purim.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row we had Purim.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like Purim, too. I think I went to a Purim party last year. That's maybe where I got COVID in the first place. Adrian, do you have a favorite Jew? It could be someone from the Bible, someone from entertainment, someone in real life, anybody you like that's Jewish. That's your favorite.
It comes Einstein to my head, like.
Yeah. Okay, Albert Einstein. That's a great pick.
Yeah, but if I will go more for my profession, I would say Groucho. I like very much.
Groucho Marx.
The movies, and I have the books, the letters. I will go. I like Lenny Bruce because of the balls.
Yep.
Okay, Lenny Bruce was great. Great comedian.
And he was he was the one that said that if you're from New York, no matter how goyish you are, you're pretty much Jewish.
Really?
So all right, that's good. We got three favorite Jews out of Adrian. Adrian, is there anything you'd like to plug?
Right now, no. I did just to hang with you guys and to talk.
Oh, thanks.
Now,
what's your social media? Is it at Adrian Minkowicz?
Yeah, at Adrian Minkowicz. And normally, maybe I will be coming up with a new show soon, but still I'm waiting to say anything when I have the first episode.
Okay, cool. Well, we look forward to seeing that.
Well, we can put a link up to your YouTube stuff on our show notes as well, so people can see what you have that's already out there.
Sure. Or I can send you a clip of one of the satirical bits of the show.
Cool.
If you want to see. It's quite funny.
Awesome.
Sounds good, Adrian.
Well, great to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for coming by and neglecting your children at night to be part of American Jew Podcast. We appreciate it. Good to see you.
At least they didn't wake up. No one wakes up. This is another thing. I miss so much the hanging that I am here in my living room, maybe until 2 a.m, playing the guitar, watching TV, but I don't go to sleep early. And I think we are who we are. At some moment, you don't change anymore. You have that rhythm.
Oh, yeah. Super big thanks to Adrian for stopping by and chatting with us and kvetching with us.
We had a great time talking with Adrian. Check him out on social media at Adrian Minkowicz. Of course, you can check us out on social media at American Jew Podcast. Follow our Patreon, American Jew. You could follow me across all social media at Jonathan Randall.
Yes, and you can always follow me on Instagram at BeatNickNudnik, and you can always follow my other podcast, Where's the Grief, at Where's the Grief across all platforms as well. Thank you guys for listening. L'chaim.